on them of any significance, just know the right and left frontal bone. You need to know the right and the left parietal bones. Nothing there of any interest. Okay, the zygomatic bones on the right and left each have an orbital process. Each one has one. And then the zygomatic bone contributes to the zygomatic arch. The portion of the zygomatic bone that contributes to the zygomatic arch from here to that suture is called the temporal process. And then from the suture backwards is the zygomatic process of the temporal bone. So those two processes form the zygomatic arch. Clear? Once again, the temporal bone we'll discuss next week.
Wait, so they're the opposite, the processes?
Yeah, in other words, the zygomatic process belongs to the temporal bone, and the temporal process is on the zygomatic bone. Just remember, like the radial notch was on the ulnar and the ulnar notch was on the radius, the same scenario. Okay? For the maxillary bones, each one has an orbital process. Okay? And then when you take off the mandible and you're looking at the hard palate, remember the hard palate? The front of the hard palate is made up of the right and left palatine processes of maxilla. There's a right and a left palatine process of maxilla. It forms the front of the hard palate. And then if you take out a tooth, let's say take out a tooth, you see there's a hole left behind in the tooth. That process where the tooth would sit is called an alveolar process. So each maxilla has 8 alveolar processes because it holds 8 teeth for a total of 16. Is this clear? It is. For the palatine bones, the only view you'll be responsible for is this view, and these two processes here are called the horizontal processes. There's a right and a left horizontal process of palatine bone back here. And just know that each palatine bone has an orbital process, a piece in the orbit.